All right. Already know. Hi, good night. Welcome back to the Cakers channel. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to be having a little discussion about my first vendor booking event. A lot of you maybe not know what vendor booking is or what services they offer, but in this video, I'll tell you all about it. I'll tell you the good, the bad, and the in between, and I'll share with you my first experience. Okay, if this is your first time joining my YouTube live, please make sure that you subscribe and stay connected. We do lots of cake baking and decorating tutorials, and every now and then I answer your amazing questions. So guys, I do have a little outline here with the things that I'll be going through just to keep things nice and organized. The first thing we're going to talk about is what is vendor booking? What is vendor booking? So it is an amazing platform. I don't have any issues with the platform. It's absolutely amazing. So it's like a website and it's run by a very great team. I don't know them, but I've spoken to quite a few of them over the telephone, and they are very helpful and they're super amazing. So vendor booking, as I said before, it's like a website. It's a website that connects vendors and venues together. Say whatever craft you do or whatever you sell, you are the vendor. And they have a lot of different venues, mainly corporate venues and like gyms and hospitals sometimes, and big companies, corporate companies, and so on. So you go to that website, you sign up. I think you pay a fee of like between 10 and 15 pounds to set up your profile. Hi Kim, how are you? You pay a fee of about 10 or 15 pounds to set up your profile. When you're setting up your profile, it's like a website you're setting up. So you're presenting yourself, you're putting your best face forward. So you put up photos of your products and the services that you offer so that people can see you, venues can see you, and see what it is that you offer. On this platform, you can reach out to venues to book a day, to go to that venue, to showcase your products and sell things to different. You can sell to the staff and people that actually go to that venue on a daily basis for whatever reason. You can also be reached out to by venues. So venues can contact you and ask you to come to their location to set up your stall and sell your products to them and their employees. I had my first vendor booking event yesterday. Was it yesterday? The day before. Oh Lord, time is flying. So Wednesday, May 29th. That's when I had my first vendor booking event. And for this event, the venue reached out to me. So I got an email. Hi Trevor, we saw your products. I love them. Do. You know, they love what they're seeing and they'd like for me to come to their location to, was your event this week one of those? So yes, what I did on Wednesday was a vendor booking event. So they reached out to me. They told me they, like what they see and they'd like for me to come to their location to set up a stall and sell my products. I've been on the website for months, like, oh Lord, maybe before January started, because one of my New Year resolution for 2024 was to get myself out there a lot more to the corporate world and just to get, corporate people to see me and see my products and everything. So that's the reason why I signed up with vendor booking, so that I could get more of these events. I have not made any bookings because doing these pop-ups and setting up stall and making things with the hope that somebody will see what you bake, love them and buy them on the day is really not something I really enjoy doing. So of course I love baking, I love selling my treats, but I like to get orders and fulfill orders. I don't like to spend a lot of time baking and decorating lovely treats, just hoping that somebody will buy them. At the end of the day, when they don't all go, it leaves a very disappointing feeling. And I had that disappointing feeling yesterday because a lot of people here on TikTok, they stayed with me all night, Tuesday night. I stayed up all night and I decorated a lot of amazing treats. And I went to this venue and it didn't go as I hoped for it to. Anyways, I have a script here. I'll stick to it. So I did tell you what vendor booking is. A website that connects vendors and venues together. Vendors can book venues and venues can reach out to vendors for them to come. That's it. How is the vendor booking platform and how is the support on there? Very amazing. The team is great. They answered all of my questions whenever I was in doubt about anything. I called. There's always a number for you to call and you get a little automated response initially, but in like a minute or less, someone is on the next end of the phone with you and they answer all of your questions. So the support from vendor booking is great. I love the platform and I'd recommend it. Oh, thank you, Kim. So I don't have anything against the platform. So the venue I went to now, I will not say the venue I went to. I don't know. I don't want to look as if I'm leaving a distasteful review or anything about the venue. The venue was great. When I went there, initially it really wasn't what I was expecting. It was a bit difficult to locate the venue. When I got to the location, I couldn't find where I was going. The direction wasn't that clear. However, I contacted vendor booking and they directed me. They stayed on the phone with me until I got to the reception. So they stayed on the line, they helped me, they brought up Google Maps, they did their very best to help me to get to the location. So the support was very great from vendor booking. I don't have any complaints. What do you need to register for vendor booking? You just need to have a business, be selling your products. You need to have an insurance because a lot of these venues need you to have a public liability insurance before you can make a booking with them. So you're going to upload your public liability insurance to the website, photos of your work and everything. A lot of these venues, they provide parking. So our parking was already sorted before we got there. We knew where we were going to be parked and you didn't have to pay for parking. They sorted all of that for you. So that was very, very helpful. Because if you know London, everywhere you go, you have to pay for parking. And when we were driving and trying to find where the location is, I looked at a sign and I think parking was like £4.50 per hour. So that's a lot of money to be parked for many hours. So that's what you need. Insurance, they normally as well, the venues sometimes make a poster for you and they promote the event on their website, and I guess they'll tell their employees and tell people that you're going to be coming that day. The venue I went to, they don't have a large social media following, so I don't know if that affected it. And when I spoke with the receptionist while I was there, she was saying like it is half term, school holidays and everything, and a lot of people just wasn't there on that day. Well, a lot of people passed by, honestly, quite a lot of people, but sales didn't go well. So they do provide a table for you. When I went there, a table was already in the lobby and the table was covered with a black tablecloth. It was okay. It was nothing fancy, but it was fine. I did take with me my own tablecloth. I did take a table with me just in case I thought I needed more space. But the table that when I went there, I saw the setup, I got this vibe, like the moment I stepped in, I had that feeling, that gut feeling like, no, I don't think it's gonna work. Like I got that shocker feeling when I walked in. But I was still hopeful. I was really hoping that, everything goes well. I did put my tablecloth over theirs because there was just a black cloth. It was crushed, so you could see the crush on the cloth, but it was okay. It was workable, but it just wasn't up to my standard. I have these very stretchy elastic tablecloth that you put over the table and anchor it underneath the table foot, and it just keeps it very nice and clear. So I did put that on, and everything was well. I did my setup and the day started. So we were supposed to be there from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We got there around 9:30. By the time we found the location and set up and everything, it was around 10:10 or 10:20 by the time we finished all the setting up. The receptionist that was there, she was very helpful. She came with us to the parking lot and she helped us to bring the bags up actually. So she was super amazing. She was helpful. I was really grateful for that. When I set up everything, oh Lord, I was seated there for a little while. I'm like, how is this going to play out? Everybody was passing by. Oh, we'll come back at lunchtime. We'll come back at lunchtime. We'll grab something at lunchtime. You know, everybody will grab something later. So a lady came and she was like, oh, lunchtime is at 1. We'll grab something later. And I was like, this ain't looking good. We were there for a while. The receptionist came over and she was like, oh, I'm going to be your first client today. Let me buy a cupcake. That was, motivating and good. So I sold her a cupcake. She loved it. She asked if I did custom cakes, that her husband's birthday was coming up and she'd take a cake or something. Where is the cake? It's like story time. It's a little story time, Kelly. Thank you. How are you? So she bought her cupcake first and then, I was still there. Nothing else much happened and I was there. The most thing that one person bought was an amazing lady that was watching me on TikTok live all through the night, and she took a train from her home, guys. She took a train from her home and she came to the location and she bought a bag full of goodies, and I didn't know who I was expecting to see. She did message to say that she was going to come. I didn't know what time she was going to come. But she was the only person that walked through the door and was smiling at me. And I'm like, Deslan, my husband was there. Believe me, I don't know how I would have gone through the day without his support. So I was like, Deslan, that's the lady. She's from TikTok. She's from TikTok. And I smiled back at her and she came. I stood up, I gave her a hug because it was just so heartwarming to see somebody that wants to see you and wants to have a taste of your treats. So that was very good. Anyways, back forward a bit to how did I prepare for this day? I took one night, that was Monday night, into Tuesday morning. I baked all of the treats, not everything, most of them. I did all the baking. So I baked the cake layers, the cupcakes, I made the cookie doughs, I made some very lovely chunky Biscoff cookies as well. If you back forward to my live video a few nights ago, then you'll see all the preparation. So I used Monday night and I baked all the goodies, and Tuesday night I decorated everything all night. Tuesday morning, I was still baking cookies, making macaron cookies and baking the chunky cookies. I have a lot of clips. I'll post those here and there. So the preparation took a lot of hours, guys. It took a lot of hours. And based on the pricing of the items that I brought, if I should properly calculate cost of ingredients, the time it took me to prepare for everything, the time it took me to travel there, it took me about 2 hours to travel to the location. We stayed there from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Minutes to 5, we started packing up because I'm like, if nothing happened all day. From 3:30, I was like, there's that, I'm ready to go. I'm like, if nothing much happened all day, I don't know what's gonna happen now. But he was still very, don't worry, Trev, when they're leaving, they're going to go home at 5. When they're going home, they're going to get something. And I'm like, okay. So we hung on a little bit and we waited. So if I should calculate the time it took me to prepare everything, all the cost of the ingredients, the cost of packaging, the cost of labels, did you have to go at that time maybe? So yes, it was my first event, so I wasn't sure if I could go a bit later, or just wanted to do the first one right. Go the time that they're expecting me and stay the time that they're expecting me to stay. So at the end of the day, I know that I did what was expected of me. I upheld my end of the bargain. So if it didn't work, I wouldn't be able to fault myself to say that, oh, well, I went late. Maybe people would have bought something earlier, or I left early. People would have bought something later. I just ride it out. Even though it was rough, I ride out the storm. Anyways, so as I was saying, if I should calculate the cost of everything it takes me to prepare, the cost of packaging, whenever I'm having events or if I'm going to a fair or anything, I like to individually package everything. I don't like to be standing there and serving out cupcakes or putting cake slices in bags or putting cookies in bags. I just like to pre-package everything. And a law in the UK, if you're pre-packaging any product, the product must have full labeling on it. So full allergen label, the name of the product, used by date and everything. So I had to make all of my labels. I have one of the slices here just to show you guys what it looks like. So these are the cute packaging. Look at this yummy Biscoff cake slice. Look at that. And it has all the packaging. So these are the labels. I bought the label stickers and I designed and printed these labels at home. So it says what the product is. Biscoff cake layer, my logo is there. All the allergens are listed. Eat within 3 days. And I have a little QR code that says scan here to share a photo. Just some promotional links are inside there. Even when I calculated the cost of all the products that I made and I was taking, because I didn't want to take too much, I didn't want to take too little, but even if I had sold out everything, I would not have covered the cost of the day. First of all, I took a day off work. I took a day off work for this event. So that's already a big deal. I took a day off work for the event. My husband took a day off work for the event. So both of us took days off work for this event and we prepped for it. Baked everything, prepared everything, packaged. I was finished with the decorating at around like 4:30 a.m. I was like, you know what? If I go to sleep now, I'm not going to feel good to wake up in like 2 hours to go. So I just hung around. I took a lot of photos of the cakes. I did some videos. I packed up everything. So I'm going to walk you through a list of things that I put together whenever I'm going to any of these events. So this was my first one through vendor booking, but I've done like fairs before, like summer fairs and markets and so on. So I've done things like this before. But yep. Let me just find a list of things. Just a minute, I have it here. Ooh, how do I search this thing now? You know what? Let me just go to my messages. I did send a list to my husband. So, okay. So what I do, let me see. Kim. Thank you, Kim. How? So I was invited to come. It's a vendor booking event. I did mention all of that before. This video has been streamed on YouTube, so you can rewatch it to get all the important details, all right? So it's a website that I signed up for. I just never did any booking through it. It's a website that connects vendors and venues together. And vendors can book into a venue, and venue can reach out to a vendor to come to their venue with their products. A venue reached out to me, and I went there to sell my products. We shall live. Aww. So the things I brought with me, just in case you're going to any event or any fairs or, you know, any summer fair, Christmas fair. So I brought some bags with me. This one. I brought some bags with me where I stapled my business card to the bag, and I just put a little thermal sticker with my logo on it. So when people get their goodies in a bag, they'll automatically get one of my business cards, and they can reach out to me in the future if they need to. I brought some single cupcake holders just in case somebody wants a 1 cupcake. I can put 1 cupcake in a little holder. I brought some 4 cupcake holders just in case anybody wants some 4s, 6s, and 12s. So I brought cupcake boxes. I brought my tablecloth, and it's a good thing I did. As I said, the one that was on the venue table, it was crushed, and I didn't want to just put my products on a crushed up tablecloth. Whenever you're presenting your stuff, present them well. So it was a good thing I brought my tablecloth. I brought an extra table just in case I needed more space. I knew they were going to provide a table, so that was good. I brought hand towel. I brought some hand sanitizer. I brought some display disc. So these are just some little table label things, so I can put the name of all the products in front of the product and the prices. So some display disc with the name of the products and the prices. I brought a money box that I didn't use much. So I brought a money box. I brought some change. So I bought some £1, some 50 pence, I think 2 £5 and 3 £10. I brought some change with me. Were you able? So yes, I did give away. I gave away the cookies, a lot of them. Yep, I did that. I brought forks. I brought spoons. So we put a fork and a spoon and a napkin in each of the bags before, just, you know, in our preparation stage, so people can actually get a fork and a spoon in their bag. We brought a rubbish bag. I thought the day was going to be so booming, people just eating cakes and eating cupcakes and want somewhere to throw away them garbage. So I brought a garbage bag. It is still neatly folded and in my bag. I did not even use it. So there was no need for my rubbish bag because it wasn't that hot. I brought some gloves with me. So gloves if I need to touch anything, or, you know. I brought tape because I brought a banner. So I was hoping I would have been able to tape up the banner or anchor it somewhere so people could see where I'm from, what I do, and everything. I didn't use that though. I brought a little folder. Let me show you guys the folder. Let me just stand up a little, or let me just get my husband to bring it for me. Help me get that, please. Help me get that folder. And one of the bags with the label and the card on it. So I brought a cute little folder. I bought this folder from Amazon as well. I love it. Whenever you're going out, guys, try to display your things well and let people know what you do, where you're from, you know, what you do. So thank you. About one of the bags with the labels on it. No. You have a label and a card on it? At the bottom. Okay. Thank you. So this is what I was saying. By the way, I'm not able to see the comments on YouTube. So if anybody is commenting. Okay. So this is how I did my bags. So I stapled a business card to it. These are the little bags that I use to give people their cake slices and everything. So I stapled a business card to the bag and I put a logo sticker on the bag. You know, nice and cute. They'll go with this. This This is the little thingy that I brought. So it can stay open. Look at my cute little star bakers. And yeah. So let me tell you what and what is inside there. Thank you for the gift, darling. So it has a front page. This is just showing me. Hello, my name is Trevon. Welcome to Daddy. So that's it. It is, and people can just skip through it and look through it. I have here as well just my food hygiene certificate. People like to know that they're getting their food from someone that has done their food hygiene and know what they're doing, know what they're talking about, and following rules and regulations. So this is there for them to see. My allergen certificate is there as well, so they can see that this person at least consider allergens and everything. I have a list of allergens. I always tell people all of my products, even if they don't have in that specific allergen, they may have gotten in contact with it. I prepare all of my baked goods from my home kitchen. This is the kitchen I cook. You know, you guys know I love to cook. So this folder is from Amazon. If you go to my links, you'll see my Amazon storefront. Remember, guys, if you do shop anything from my storefront, I get a small commission. All right, I had to say that. Anyway, so I have this little allergen label thingy. I have a few photos of cakes that I've done. So this is like a wedding cake setup, so people know what you do. This is another cute little wedding cake setup I love. A cake of a few of my clients from my classes, so people can know that I offer cake baking and decorating classes. And just a few photos of my cakes. I put a wide variety of cakes in there so people can see that I don't just do one style. Your girl is up to the task and can take on any challenge. So I put a wide variety of cakes and designs in this folder, kids cakes and everything, so they know. And what I always like to do whenever I'm having an event or going to a venue or doing anything, I like to give an offer for the day. So I'll always have a cake on sale. If you purchase it, so if you pay for it on spot or make a deposit, you'll get it for the price that it is. All right. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. So I brought that with me. Let me see what else I took with me. Always have a price list in mind, because that's the first thing people are going to ask you. How much is it for that cake? Or if I want something like this, how much would I pay for it? Or, you know, so have some prices in your head and know. I'm glad that you're learning. This is supposed to be a very educational session, just to talk you guys through my experiences. All right. And yeah, those are all I brought really. And no, you can't forget, you can't go to your events without a card machine, guys. You can't have any event without a card machine. People don't walk with cash these days. So if you don't have a card machine, you're gonna miss out on a lot of sales. I'm not sure if this is the best one. I bought it because I wasn't sure how long I'd be doing this for. So I bought the cheapest one, and just one that people recommend it. But I had a moment yesterday where it just went off and I couldn't do anything to get it on. A gentleman was there. Can you imagine? I was not even making any sale. I'm not selling anything. The machine is on and ready. The moment a gentleman walk up and ordering a macaron cookie, the stupid machine not coming on. I'm like, the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. I think it was like maybe 40 pounds. I bought it from Amazon. It should be in my Amazon storefront as well. Says the sum up card reader machine. But these days they have improved a lot, so you don't actually have to go out with the machine. I just don't know much about all the process of it, but You can actually set it up on your phone where people scan their cards on your phone instead of on this little machine. But I'm not quite familiar with all of that yet. This is my first time using it since a few months ago. It was just in a drawer there. So when I got to the venue, I had to update the machine. That's so long I haven't used it. All I did the night before was plug it in and charge it. When I realized they've done a lot of changes since I last used it, so I had to do a update. But that went well and that was okay. So you need a card machine. I took my phone charger because whenever you're using these card machines, because they're connected to your phone and you have to put the products in your phone and the amount that you're charging, your phone battery tends to die really fast. So I brought my phone charger. I brought a charger for the machine because I thought I'd be just making sales and making sales. The battery would die. It is still more than halfway charged. I didn't use it much. So that's how I prepared for the event. How did the event go? That's the next question, and that's the question on everybody's lips. I met a lot of nice people. I met this lovely lady, this lovely black lady. She was very sweet. She works at the venue. She came down and she was like, let me come and talk to you. I don't like when vendors come here and people don't come and say hi or, come and talk to them. And, she asked how I was doing and how things are going and if I'm selling anything. I'm like, it's not really going well yet, but let us see how the day progresses. But she was so nice. She went up, she came back with another colleague. The colleague, I think, bought a cookie and she bought a few things as well. And she was like, it's gonna get better, man. It's gonna get better. And, every time she go up, she'll come back down and ask, how is it going? Are you selling anything? Do you have any ways to give out samples so people can taste and probably buy something? Because when you have samples, people, so she was just going up, coming down and throwing all the ideas on the table, just to, I guess, motivate me and help me go through the day. But by the way, if you're ever watching this video anytime in the future, you know yourself, I really appreciate all the support you gave me the other day, and I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. Would I do this again? That's the next question. Would I do this again? I'm not sure. As I said, I only went because they reached out to me. So I thought they were prepared for me, excited to have me, ready to dive into my products. I thought I'd go there and see a line of people. They told me that 400 people passes through the office. So I'm like, Deslan, if it's 400 people, it's always recommended to prepare for, a quarter of the people. So I'm like, I need to at least have 100 pieces of treats. When I thought I was falling short of the 100 pieces, I'm like, Deslan, I'm going to have to do some more baking. And Deslan was like, Trev, I don't think you should bake anything else, just try and decorate the ones you have first and see how it go. And I'm like, I'm so happy he said that. I would have spent more time and I would have done the baking of more things, and it would have been more things left back. So really and truly, I've said to myself, I'll just stick to talking to you lovely people. I'll stick to content creating. I'll stick to taking my cake orders, and I'll stick to offering cake baking and decorating classes. Going to these events, I love them actually. I do love doing them. But what I realize personally, when I just started doing these events, like when I started going to summer fairs and markets, I only volunteered. I'd pay for my table and I'll go there and I'll just give out samples. That's all I'll do. I don't go there to sell. I don't like the idea of mentally preparing myself to sell a lot of things, and I don't know. All I want to do is to be seen, to let people know of me, know the services that I offer. So the first event I went to, that was, 2 years ago. I actually went on my birthday, July 9, 2000 and something. I went on my birthday. So I was like, I know it's my birthday, but it's something I'm doing for my business. My business is like my baby. I really love my business. I love what I do. I want people to see all the great things that I do. You understand? So I want people to taste my cakes and see what it is that I offer. I went and I brought only samples. I did not sell anything. I didn't go with the intentions of selling anything. I just gave out samples. I met some amazing people and the event went great. Everything was amazing for that day. But something terrible happened. Months after, I was like, the event went so great. The expression on these people's faces, well, you know, when you give things out for free, even if people don't like it, it's hard for them to tell you that they don't like it. So you have to be mindful of that as well. You have to know how to read the facial cues, know to look at them expression from the first bite, know how to read different things. Because when people get things for free, they feel as if they're obligated to tell you that it's nice. And you don't want that. If the product is not good, you don't want to be thinking that it's good. So I was wary about that. And anyways, I was confident in my products. My buttercream is amazing. My cakes are delicious. Everything is good. So I was very confident. But months after, I was like, everybody said that they would call me. Everybody was telling me about their next birthdays, their wedding coming up. You know, everybody was so excited and said that they'd get in touch with me. I'm like, what's happening? There's like nobody called. What's happening? Hey! The worst happened. I said, let me look at my business card because I'm trying to see ways in which I can, you know, improve my presentation and make people really be more interested in reaching out. When I looked at the business card, a digit in my phone number was not right. This is not funny. It is funny now, but in that moment, it was not funny at all. The number that I put on the business card was not correct. And I did not realize until months after. I'm laughing now, but I was like, oh my gosh, what the hell did I do? And the funny thing is that, so I did that event on the 9th of July. That was on my birthday. I went to another event on the 29th of that same month. And I used the same business cards. So I went to 2 events. I gave out about 500 business cards, guys. I gave out a lot of business cards. So I gave out about 500 business cards with the wrong telephone number. So that was a lesson learned. I was like, I don't know. I couldn't blame anybody but myself. I didn't know what to do. I felt a lot better though, because I'm like, oh, so maybe they were actually trying to get to me, but they weren't able to because the telephone number was wrong. So that comforted me and it motivated me to, you know, reprint some business cards and try again. And I did that and it has been great. But I don't really like going to these events. I don't really like selling these tiny treats. Guys, I'm a cake decorator. I'm the big cake decorator. I love to teach. I love to decorate big, amazing cakes. I love to sweep people off them feet when them see them cakes and collecting it. That's what I do. And that's what I love to do. That's what I'll continue to do. When I do these events, as I've said to you guys many times before, it is just for publicity. Just to get myself out there and just for my local community and people to know what I do and know what I offer. And why it's good to do these events, guys. Don't shy away from them. Don't take my bad experience as a way to not do them. It's very good to do these things. People are more likely to invest in a slice of cake. They're more likely to buy a slice of cake, taste the slice of cake, before they invest in a big cake. So when them buy a slice of cake, love the slice of cake, they'll come back for more. They'll reach out to you. They'll have in the back of their head what your product tastes like. And when they're having an event, you'll be on their mind. So I have something else planned that I'm going to do. The reason I'm going to do this, just to fill up some of my days, as you guys know, I've recently went part-time on my full-time job so that I can do more baking. I'm waiting for the orders to build up again because I was getting quite a lot of orders before, but I was not able to keep up with the demand because of my full-time job. I'm a nurse, so I was working full-time. I wasn't able to do all the orders. So now I realize I love this. This is what I see myself doing in the future, like baking only. So I decided to go part-time with my job and more full-time with my baking. So to fill in some time at the moment, I am going to register with the mall. So the Peacock Center, the mall. So I live right here. The mall is literally right over there. I can hear it in my ears now. If I look through my window, I can see the top of the mall. So the reason why I decide to register with them, I'm going to go there maybe once a week or every other week. I need to get connected with my local people. I need to get connected with my community. I need people in and around the area to see my treats, taste my treats, and have me in the back of their heads whenever they're thinking of getting a cake or some treat for their next event. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll keep you updated, and I'll share the journey with you as I go along. I'm happy to do this because it's just across the street. I'll not prepare a lot. I'll be giving out samples. I'm just going there to meet people, give out my cards, interact with the community, and let people know what I do. I'll take a few things for sale, and it's right there. So if I need some more things, I can easily grab it. If I need to prepare more the next time, I'll just see how it goes and I'll prepare for it based on the demand. Say if I go this week and everything sell out and people looking forward to me. Also, what I'll do, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but I do offer weekly treats. So every week I sell cake slices. So I normally just put on my Instagram page, like for people to nominate the flavors that they'd want for the next week. So what I'll do, if I go this week, you meet people, you let them know that you're coming back next week or the next 2 weeks, or you let them know that you do regular slices. Then people can pre-order their slices. So they'll pre-order and I'll just go out there and they collect their cakes. I love the pre-order system, guys. It's very devastating to put in a lot of work. Yesterday I was so tired when I got back. I was like a zombie. And when I got back, I didn't even make it to my swimming lesson. Can you imagine? I'm learning to swim and I couldn't make it to my swimming class. I'm like, if I go in that pool, I'll just drop. I went to my bed and I slept like a baby. I got a few hours sleep. Then I had to get up to decorate a lovely cake I had going out this morning. So that's the live video before this one. We decorated that nice Minecraft cake. My client, she loved it. She was so happy to see it. And she sent me a nice message after. So that's a win. That's what I love to do. Bake lovely cakes, hand them over to their owners, and wait for the amazing reviews. That keeps me going. Thank you guys so much. I don't want to keep this YouTube video drawn out any longer. If you have any questions about vendor booking or how to get started or how to prepare for these events or how to get your public liability insurance and get started as a baker in the UK, please, or any country. You may be in a different country, the rules may be slightly different, but the basic foundation of doing these things remain the same. I'm going to leave you here. Any questions you have, ask them in the comment section and I'll definitely answer them. I will be coming on live tomorrow to talk about my kitchen inspection. I'll talk about the whole process of reaching out, registering with the local council, getting my kitchen inspected, preparing for the inspection. So if you have any questions about the inspection, put them underneath this video so I can answer them in my next live video. All right, until next time, guys, keep on baking. Remember, don't take my experience and let it deter you from trying things on your own. If you don't put yourself out there, people will not see you. They'll not see how great you are. Nobody's gonna find you in your tiny kitchen baking cakes in the dark. You have to put yourself out there. Remember, if you're going to gamble, if you're going to ever gamble in this life, gamble on yourself. Take that risk. Take a risk on yourself. Put yourself out there and just give anything that you're doing, give it your best. Give it your 100%. If it worked, you will be feeling good that you gave it your best shot. If it didn't work, you'll still feel good because you did your part. You played your part well, so it wasn't your fault that caused it to not work. Take that note from this lesson. Bye bye.